Hi everyone, Inat Kessler here with a new video tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to make a double folio mini album. You have all the measurements in the cutting guide that you can download from a link in the description under the video. So we're going to start with our large pieces and score them at 6 and 6 1/4. We're going to do the exact same thing for all the large pieces. And then we're going to fold them and create little spines. So we have 4 pieces of those. Let's fold them. And again, you can have all the measurements and the instructions in the link in the description under the video. Just go ahead and grab that. Okay, so I have all my pieces ready and I can go ahead and start covering them with cover papers. Now usually I make the cover papers a little bit smaller, so I leave a nice frame around the page. But because we folded the pages and made a spine, they are not the same size on both sides. So one is 6 by 6, but the other is smaller. So by covering all the pages with 6 by 6 papers, they will be the same size because we cover the cardstock from both sides. So basically that little 1/4 of an inch that is missing is going to be sandwiched in between, you see, in between the two cover papers. So then we're going to have all pages measuring 6 by 6. Hope that makes sense. See that little white backing of the paper? That is the part that is going to complete the size of the page. Hope that makes sense. So just go ahead and cover all the pages on both sides. And then I'm going to show you how to make the double folio. We're going to work on 2 sides. We're going to start with the right side and then we're going to go to the left side. And it might be a little bit confusing, but you have a really accurate sketch in the instructions on how to attach all the pieces together and create that mini album. So you can go ahead and see how exactly it's done there if the video confuses you. And you see that some of the pages are going to open to the side and some of the pages are going to go to open to the top. So if you're using pattern papers that have direction, make sure to follow the direction according to the way each of the pages will open. We have one opening to the right, one opening to the left, and one opening to the top and one opening to the bottom. And you can see, again, you can see that in the sketch, in the drawing, in the instructions. So basically you will need to make sure that if you have writing or any kind of pattern, that the direction is important, that you follow that direction. So I'm going to keep on covering all my pages, and I'm using 6 by 6 papers and they're already cut to 6 by 6, but of course you can use 12 by 12 papers and simply cut them to 4 pieces measuring 6 by 6. Okay. So now I have all my pieces covered and I'm going to show you how to arrange it. I'm going to show you how the entire mini album is going to be attached, but again it's kind of confusing, so go ahead and grab the instructions and then you'll see the different sides and how we're going to attach them together. So I'm just going to give you an idea of how it will work. So this is the entire layout, but we're going to start with the right side first. So we have this one, the flap that is opening to the right side. this is going to be on the right edge like this. Next to it, we're going to have a single 6x6 page, and we're going to attach all the pages with 3x6 strips. So this is what I've done here. I've attached the 2 pages with 2 strips, 1 on each side, and I left a 1/4 of an inch gap in between them. Let me show you how I did it. So the next page is going to be the flap that opens to the top. So we're going to attach it to the single page. Again, we're using 3x6 strips. So align the two, one next to each other, and leave a 3/8 gap in between. The gaps are there because we need to compensate for the thickness of the pages when they're folded, and then later for all the photos and embellishments you're going to add. So I'm going to add 1 3x6 strip on the back and 1 in the front. And that will create the joint that I need to fold the pages. So first let's attach the back. We're going to flip both pages to the back side. Again, don't forget to leave the gap 3/8 of an inch approximately, and then just attach the paper strip. And then we're going to flip them back and attach the next strip exactly on top of the first one. And this is I'm using liquid glue. This is the best glue to use because then you can position the paper where you need them before the glue dries. So after you attach 2 pages together, just take your bone folder and burnish the center. Follow the edges of the pages to make the joint like this. Okay, so now we have 3 parts of the right side attached. First was the flap that opens to the right, then the single 6x6 page, and then the flap that opens to the top. And this is how they close together. Okay, so now we need to attach another 6x6 single page to the left side, and then our right side will be ready. And again, we're going to do it with the 3x6 strips of paper. This time the gap is going to be slightly larger because all those pages on the right side still need to fit in there. So leave a gap of about 1/2 inch in between. So we're going to flip the pages like we did before and then attach the 3x6 paper strip. So you attach that, don't forget to leave the gap about 1/2 inch, and then attach the 2 pieces together. Once that's attached, you flip the pages and then attach the second strip. And you can keep on adding pages like this, by the way. It's a really cool way to create a mini album. That's why we call it a Folio mini album, because it has no cover. Okay, let's add the second strip. Don't forget to follow the edges of the pages with your bone folder. And this is the right side of the Folio mini album. Now we're going to do the left side. So let's take that aside. This is how it looks when it's folded. So the left side, we're going to start on the left side with a flap that opens. This is how it's going to look. So we're going to start with the left side with a flap that opens to the left and attach it to a single 6x6 page. We're going to flip them to the back side and then attach them with a paper strip exactly like we did on the right side, leaving 1/4 of an inch gap. And then we're going to flip them back and attach the second strip. Then we're going to attach another piece on the right side of the 6x6 single page, and that will be the flap that opens to the top, and that will be the left side. Okay, so there's our piece that opens to the top. Again, we're going to flip them and attach them with a paper strip. Leave a gap of 3/8 of an inch. Exactly like we did on the right side, 3/8 of an inch. And then attach it with the paper strip, and then we're going to flip it to the other side and attach the second paper strip. And then we're going to have two sides, the right side and the left side, and we're going to attach them together again with paper strips to complete the mini album. Let's add the second paper strip. Now when we attach both sides of the Folio mini album, obviously both sides have thickness, so we're going to have to leave a gap between the two sides of about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch, and that will allow you later to add all the photos and embellishments that you want. These are the two sides, so we're going to attach them together. I flipped them to the back side. We always start with the back side first, and again leave between 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch gap. That will make sure that you have enough space later to add more stuff in the mini album and it won't be too bulky. Okay, so this is one side, and then we're going to flip it and attach the other side, and the mini album will be ready. Isn't that a cool way to make a mini album? Next, simply embellish your double folio mini album with any kind of embellishments that you want. You can add more flaps, you can add pockets, you can just add photos. Just do whatever you like to do to make your mini album look pretty. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video, so you'll be able to follow all the tutorials and make all the projects. So now I'm going to cover all the parts that are not covered, all the back sides that I didn't cover in the beginning. And then I'm simply going to show you how it looks when it's finished. So I'm not even using full 6x6 pages. I'm just using pieces that I have left over from my papers, and I'm covering all the black cardstock parts that are not covered. Okay, so I think everything is covered now. There is one piece here. That I need. Okay, so this is how the mini album looks when it's finished with all the embellishments that I've added. You can add whatever embellishments that you want. I made it a masculine mini album. You can use whatever theme that you want. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much for joining me. I will see you next time.